Hi, hello, welcome to my first top 10 list. After dunking on random people on the internet's music lately, I decided, why not talk about something I do like? If you're new here, I'm B, just some pink anime bitch from the internet who says shit about music. And here's my top 10. Stoner metal, rock, and other adjacent projects albums, because, well, some of the artists shun the term stoner metal and rock, but they kinda still remind me of the sound anyway, so I put them on there. Well, besides Queens of the Stone Age, because Josh Homme might fight me if I put them on this list. Songs for the Deaf is their best album, and I'll die on that hill. Yeah, that's like the strongest musical opinion I have that I can't be swayed on, so try me. For those who are unfamiliar with this genre, it could be best described as a subgenre of heavy metal characterized by slow tempo, heavy riffing, and repetitive hypnotic grooves, and it often incorporates elements of psychedelic rock and doom metal. Basically, it's if you got really stoned and could only play the same couple of riffs over and over again. But it sounds amazing, so you're okay with listening to it over and over again. And you usually make music about wizards, Lord of the Rings, and D&D shit.
What madness is this?
Just weed, I don't know. Doesn't have to be about weed, but you kind of get what I'm talking about, right?
Smoke weed every day.
Kicking off the number 10 spot, we have the self-titled album from which just today I found out was formed by Jay Mascis from Dinosaur Jr. So that's cool. It's fuzzy, it's psychedelic, it's good. It reminds me of dead metal, but more riffy and faster. It's fun. I played it a lot in college for house parties and had many a very fun, inebriated time to this record. And made lots of memories that I forgot. They often pop up in my head while I fall asleep at night, reminiscing about the times when life was chaotic.
We're going streaking! Yeah! Bring your green hat! Let's go! Come on, everybody! Let's go!
Good times. Good times.
Smoke weed every day.
I have some good memories associated with my next pick, Acid Kings Album 3. I got to see them at a small festival in my hometown where we barely got any good bands to come through, so it was great. I remember being in the front row, awfully singing along to the opening track, Two Wheel Nation, and I made a friend that way, so that was really cool. Lori's ethereal and ominous vocals effortlessly glide above the dense, fuzzy atmosphere created by the thick low-end riffs of their new bassist. At the time, I ran out of breath with that sentence because it was a really long sentence.
Huh?
Guy Pinhas?
CC Peniston.
Peniston, Garth.
Oh, okay.
Okay, number 4.
Smoke weed every day.
I remember discovering the band Bottom and their album It Feels So Good When You're Gone, back when I browsed stonerrock.com at the age of 10. Yes, I was 10. I didn't even know what the term stoner really meant back then, and I was so confused why all the bands talked about weed all the time. It was a more innocent and sheltered time, but I was there, and it was awesome. Sadly, up until that time, I didn't really have much access to heavy music made by female musicians, aside from like Kitty, early Arch Enemy, and more alternative stuff like L7, so it was really refreshing to hear such a gritty and dark album. It's pretty good.
Smoke weed every day.
Gateway by Bongzilla leans more on the sludgier side. Recently, I've been enjoying bands like Bongzilla and Weed Eater, bands who create punishing atmospheres and use harsher, often shrieked vocals instead of clean singing. However, that style feels far from what my top pick on this list actually is. This is the music that makes you feel like you're in the movie Gummo, while you're getting beat over the head with a 10-foot bomb. Yeah, Sleep's Dragonaut was in the film, but I feel like something like Bongzilla or Weed Eater would have fit better with that I Hate God track. Why do I feel so phlegmy? Just keep thinking of Lemmy from Motorhead. Name him Phlegmy. Oh god. So Caius. Caius. Welcome to Sky Valley by Caius was one of the first albums that started my love for the stoner rock and metal genres. I discovered Caius when I was about 10, after I heard Tool's live rendition of Demon Cleaner, and this live version featured their bassist, Scott Reeder. Since I wanted to cover this song and was obsessed with everything Tool did at that time, I looked up a guitar tab and found out that it wasn't by Tool. It was a cover. It was a cover of Caius. And you have to tune your guitar all the way the fuck
Down F.
or some shit like that. I forgot. I think it was F or C. I haven't played the guitar in forever. This eventually led me to the previously mentioned stonerrock.com, where I listened to even more albums and artists in this genre. I would have put Blues for the Red Sun on this list as well, but I feel like this album holds more importance to me due to it being the catalyst of my love for the genre. Plus, I feel like the riffs are groovier in this one. Gardenia is fucking good, okay? Fight me. Next pick may or may not belong on this list, because Melvins probably wouldn't be classified as stoner, metal, or rock. However, I feel like some of their releases embodied some of that sound, and most likely influenced some stoner bands throughout the years. So they're here, and I put them here, and stay mad. Oh my god, I need some fucking Mucinex. So, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna put a few tracks on this spot because I'm cheating. I would put Night Goat from Houdini and Boris from Bullhead on this list right here. The obvious choice would probably be their Stoner Witch album, but I'm not gonna do that. I enjoyed those tracks better for some reason. I don't know, they were plotting and they inspired the band Boris, which is also on this list. Spoiler alert, they're there. And seeing the track Boris being played live by both Melvins and Boris at the same show, it was an amazing experience. If you were there, you would know. Want the band's Pelican, Russian Circles, and ISIS, but with a lot more weed? Well, that's what I wanted with this next pick. Chicago's instrumental doom metal band, Bong Rippers' Great Barrier Reefer. This album, along with their other release that I really liked, Hippie Killer, blend beautiful, atmospheric, and dreamy guitar tones with crushing riffs. I feel like Hippie Killer does more of the dreamy guitar thing though, so this might end up being a tie. I don't know. But that bass riff in Reefer Sutherland though. Sure, whatever, it's a tie, fuck it. They're both good. Go check them out. We made it to the top 3! Yay! I'm progressively getting more phlegmy as we go on. Hooray! I really need music. Alright, here we go. The classic album Dope Throne by Electric Wizard is my number 3 pick. The riff sounds so evil and disgusting, just like my phlegmy voice. I love it! If you want a drug-fueled misanthropic album, referencing the occult and wanting to blow up the world and humanity with sweet, sweet heavy riffs, here it is! There it is! Check it out! I mean, you probably already know it if you listen to stoner metal and shit. But if you haven't, then this is your time to do it. It's disgusting. I like fun and disgusting things. The Funeralopolis opening riff lives rent-free in my head forever, and it's fun to play on the bass guitar. I would label Boris as mostly a drone metal band that experiments with a lot of different styles. However, some of their records reflect the stoner metal feel in albums like this next choice, Heavy Rocks from 2002. Inspired by bands like the Melvins, which they got their name from, and drone band Earth. They incorporated both drone and sludgy stoner rock and metal into a fully realized project, and they were one of the bands responsible for bringing this sound to Japan. This album features high-energy tracks like Kurosu, to ambient, psychedelic and droney pieces like Soft Edge, and heavy, plotting tracks like their opener Heavy Friends. This album features other artists, including Laurie S. from the previously mentioned Acid King, noise musicians Merzbow, and Masana. One of the main reasons this band is so high up on my list is a guitar goddess among us mortal creatures. I don't really like saying that musicians are gods and shit like that because they're just regular people at the end of the day, but I make an exception for Wata. Listen to her. They were phenomenal when I saw them live with the Melvins. Their vocalist and drummer Atsuo wildly plays the drums while singing with this fiery energy that seems impossible to match. However, he effortlessly accomplishes this, night after night, and here I am. when both Melvins and Boris played the track Boris, it was truly a memorable full circle moment that I will remember for a very long time. And here we go, it's my favorite top pick. Hooray! Yeah! Alright. I need some Mucinex. Dayquil. Give it to me, please. Okay. So Ohm is another project that feels mostly drone than stoner metal, but has some really monolithic and punishing moments. This is one of those bands where you want to hear a good riff, and you want to hear it repeated for like 20 minutes. I mean, well, there's a better example of this, but I didn't put it on this list because it's really obvious, but I gravitate towards this project more. I couldn't really choose between Advitic songs and God is Good. Each has their own special thing I enjoy, so they're tied. Some say that their earlier records embody more of a stoner metal feel, which I agree with. I just like these more. In God is Good, I love the monolithic epicness of tracks like Thieves. For 8 minutes, you get ominous yet soothing clean bass tones, and then the plodding riffs finally hit and envelop you. It just feels so fucking good. Okay? Really like it. With Advitic songs, I love the incorporation of various instruments throughout, including the tambura, tabla, violin, and cello. Yeah, you get some of that in God is Good, but I feel like Advitic songs expand on this idea to create a fully realized version of this. I still love those songs though, don't get me wrong. They're still good. This album features a number of talented musicians, including master tabla player. I'm gonna really butcher this, so I am very sorry to anyone watching who knows how to pronounce this.
Pandit.
Oh.
Not.
Upadhyay.
Who is a royal court musician in Nepal. Sadly, he passed away from liver cancer in 2016. There are also beautiful cello performances by Jackie Perez
Gratz
of Giant Squid and Gracian, along with UC Davis grad Lucas Chen, who's performed with Sting and the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. These albums inspired me to ditch the guitar and pick up the bass. At the time of discovering this project, I was really impressed to learn that a single bass guitar could make such a massive sound. And I learned that I really like the Phrygian mode. It's really fun. I like it. It's good. Good shit. I remember there was a part of my life in college where I had to listen to Ohm albums consistently, or it would physically hurt if I didn't. I don't know why that was a thing, but it was a thing, and now we're here and it's my number one pick. So yeah, that's my top stoner rock metal adjacent-ish albums. You should let me know what your top picks are in the comments below. Sometime in the future, there'll be another video about doom and sludgier projects, because I really like Grief. Grief is fun. Also, I'd love to find more artists that sound similar to Bongzilla, Bong Ripper, and Weed Eater, since this is a style I've been really enjoying lately. So if you know any, please let me know. I am B, just some pink anime bitch from the internet who says shit about music, and I'll see ya in the next one. Beep beep, motherfucker.